Man, what's good, man? What's good? It's your boy, Mr. J. You know what I mean? Checking in. Let's do a video. You know what I mean? About, what I've been going through and how it is in the industry. You know what I'm saying? In the truck industry or whatever. And try to talk to some of these new drivers that's coming in that, guessing should they come in or should they not come in. Just to touch on that first. For you new drivers, just like they say, it's gonna be hard coming in. You know what I mean? You're not gonna make the money that you think that you're gonna make. But the more experience you gain, the more valuable you become. You know what I mean? And I wish I would have knew that before I jumped in it. But now I'm at a point where I got a little experience on my belt. You know what I'm saying? That I can, what I should say, a lot of doors open up for me. You know what I mean? As for many of my subscribers, I started with Milton, fresh out of school. Thought that flatbed thing was easy, but it wasn't. And I wish I would have been. I tried to mentally prepare myself for it, but it just wasn't happening like that. You know what I mean? And had to turn the truck in. It is what it is. I did it the best way I could, and called him and told him that I gotta find something else. So that's when I talked to John Hart. John Hart put me in with Schneider. Well, also, John Hart, he's with Hart Drive Solution. They got a couple recruiters. Y'all can check them out on Facebook. If you're looking for a trucking job or whatever, they'll hook you up. He got me in with Schneider. I was with Schneider for 7 months. I would have stayed longer, but like I said, coming into the industry, you're not gonna make money like you think you're gonna make. You're not gonna be at a high cent per mile. So unless you go on with flatbed. And see, that's the reason why I went with flatbed. You know what I'm saying? To get a higher cent per mile, but at the same time, that work is tough, man. Like you gotta start, scrap, then you gotta drive. So I just couldn't mentally prepare myself for that. You feel me? So I went to Schneider. They put me on a Georgia Pacific account out of Recon, Georgia. Pretty good account. Stayed running. But like I say, I was doing between 16 to 800. Yeah, it's about 16 to 800 miles a week. They want you to run your whole clock. That means you're 4 to 11. Sometimes you might get to a shipper and you have to sit there for a couple of hours and mess around your 14, catch up with your 11, get lower than your 11, and it's pretty much you'll be resting with your 14. That was another problem that I had with that account. They wanted you to run your full clock down, but certain places where you're going to, it might not be a rest area in place. It might not be no truck stops in sight. So, that was one problem that I had with that account. The other problem with the account, it was just the low cent per mile. I was on per diem, making 29 cents per mile. On per diem, which is what? I'm trying to think how it is. It's what, 20? It was 29 cents. So a certain part of that is tax, and a certain part of it ain't. If I'm not mistaken, it might be like 20 cents is tax, and 9 cents of it ain't tax. So you making. They say you make more, but I wasn't seeing it. Like, to keep it real, I wasn't seeing it, man. Like, bringing home $400 and $500 a week, man. You know what I mean? Like, that ain't enough money to drive no truck, period. So for you new jobs that coming in, man, be careful about that. You know what I'm saying? Research your company before you come in. Just because you got to see the air, don't jump from the first thing, you know, that you come upon, or the first recruiter tell you something that, you know, that what you want to hear. You know what I mean? That's their job. That's the recruiter. That's the fleet specialist, dispatcher. That's their job to lie with a straight face, straight up. So, you know, it is what it is. And but you know, if I wouldn't have been on per diem, I would have been making 31 cents a mile. Not a big difference, because on per diem you have less taxes come out, and not on per diem they gonna take taxes out. So it would have really made a difference with me if I would have came out per diem. But I was doing over the road work for little money, you know what I mean? It's too much money, man. But yeah, I might have to end up making a second video about this or whatever, but you know. And then again, I turned my truck in yesterday. Today's the 11th. Turned my truck in yesterday in the Atlanta terminal, at the Schneider terminal, and I'm currently going to rail transport over the road. You know what I mean? They're giving me 39.5 cents a mile. You can't beat that. At least I'll be getting paid, you know, for doing the work. And plus, they truck got APUs, and you can get inverters put in the truck. You know what I mean? See, with Schneider, you don't have none of that, and they don't want you out of the truck. If you sit there for a little minute and you out of the truck, it's gonna cut off. So, if you in 100 and some degree weather, yeah, you gonna burn. Period. So, be mindful, man, where you want to go. And don't listen to the other drivers either, man, because some people had good experience, some people had bad experience. I'm just telling you, you know, giving y'all my experience of Schneider. You feel me? And a lot of drivers say they've been successful with that company. To each his own, you know what I mean? But I wasn't, you know, satisfied. I'm a grinder. You feel me? Like, I would run the hell out that truck. It ain't no problem with me. If I gotta run my full 11 hours, I do that. You know what I mean? Especially if you got APUs and inverters in your truck. Like, if you can have a microwave in your truck, guess how much money you can. Just think how much money you can save by not spending money on this hot food in these truck stops. You feel me? Or sometimes you might have to buy a parking spot because you don't have a parking spot. Stay away from them truck stops. Period. Because you're going to spend money. You feel me? You know, you're going to want to get good showers and stuff. That's where you're going to feel that. But, hey, if you got to spend money to buy food out of them truck stops, I advise you to bring your own food, get your inverter so it power up the microwave, and save your money, man. And, you know, just take it easy with yourself. Don't be stressed about it. Don't let them fleet specialists stress you out or none of that, because they will try to do it. Right before I left, you know, me and my DBL, we got into it. You might not say we got into it, but we got into it. I don't care what he say, because you know, they want you to call when you can't make a delivery or make a pickup. They want you to call. So I did what I was supposed to do. I called and told him. I was like, I don't have that much time. You know, I had to go to Baltimore, I think. And man, it was like about 4 or 5 o'clock, something like that. And man, the traffic don't be playing around that time at all. You know what I mean? especially in these big cities, traffic don't be playing like that. So I called him and told him, I say, you know, I got over like almost 3 hours on my clock, and I was like 2 hours away. And that didn't include you got to go through street lights and all that type of stuff. You got to make turns and stop signs. Yeah, all that count. You got to take credibility to all that, because you ain't no telling how many seconds you'll be at a stoplight or a stop sign. You know what I mean? So, you know, I called and told him, and he insisted that I come anyway. So I went and got there. These people were closing. So here I sit with 17 minutes on my clock. And I'm trying to find somewhere, you know what I mean, trying to find somewhere to park, like where I'm going to park. And it was a TA, probably like about, 18 minutes away. I went in violation. Yeah, I went in violation. I told him I was going to go in violation. Went in violation and got to the TA and, you know, had to pay $15 for a parking spot, man. Don't get yourself in that situation. Which I should have just told him I'm not going to move the truck. Or I should have just called the safety department. You know what I mean? And that's how that went. But yeah, I'm with Roehl. Well, I'm going to Roehl. I start orientation tomorrow. Matter of fact, I'm in Atlanta right now. Start orientation tomorrow. It's 4 days. I have my truck Thursday. And, you know, I do a review video on that, so y'all can see inside the truck. So I didn't do a video with Schneider because you don't want to see that truck. It stayed dirty, you know what I mean? Because most of them jobs been sitting for the counts. You know, you ain't carrying over paper. You ain't gonna go to them to recycling yards and stuff like that. Truck stayed dirty, so it is what it is, man. But yeah, I'm going to Roehl, join the team Roehl over the road with the national van fleet. Like I say, orientation is 4 days. I'm at the motel right now. I think like 7 o'clock I got to get ready to take the rental back. They want us to meet downstairs so we can take the rentals back to the airport. And, you know, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'll be doing videos of my orientation too also. Yeah. But y'all new jobbers, man, y'all keep y'all head up, get them L's, man. Don't be scared to come out here. You know, you gonna... But yeah, you gonna get different feedback from other different drivers or whatever. But it is what it is, man. And you're gonna get negative back from people, but you just gotta stay positive, man. And y'all keep y'all heads up, get them L's, and come on out and get some of this money, man. Shout out to YTTA, Team RG, all y'all YouTubers out there. Keep doing what y'all doing, man. It's your boy, Mr. J, checking out. Yup.